Coming over the hill.
Oh, it's really dark here.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Oh, wait. Take a left.
Do we have to get enough places now?
Say again?
Do we have to get enough places now?
Yes. Places now. Places. Thank you very much. Sharp kid, you got there.
Wait, hang on.
That'll be on their cruise.
What?
That would have been a cruise.
Oh.
Oh no.
I would have to be in the middle.
Not bad.
I don't know, is there actually a lot of we have the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, but like that wouldn't be it.
Thank you.
I'm letting Chuck go this one.
Take your time. It's okay.
Matt's not stressing out or anything.
We're not waiting or anything.
I will for now.
What is love? Is love splitting your travel plans so that one half of the partnership plans the sports tickets and the other half plans absolutely everything else? The flights, the rental cars, the hotels, the restaurants, the activities. Is love getting up in the middle of the night to accompany your soulmate to the bathroom because said soulmate is unreasonably scared of the dark? Is love meeting 10 years ago, but each being entangled in vastly inferior relationships, then re-meeting 5 years ago and drunkenly dedicating a karaoke song to the as yet unknown future love of your life, much to the chagrin of a girlfriend at the time? Is love then also swinging on swings and drinking Coca-Cola from glass bottles under the moon until late in the morning, never ever wanting to go home and look at anyone else in your life ever again without that future love of your life standing by your side. Of course, love is all of these things and so much, much more. It is a darling son named Lyndon. It is a cute cat named Taco. It is eating pizza forever by each other's sides. But just as important as all of these wonderful, whimsical details, love is agreeing to the bonds of matrimony. Which makes me so pleased to welcome all of you, and you guys too, to the wedding ceremony of Kaylee Mathew and Mathew March. I am the Most Reverend Matt Levy, and considering that amongst the three of us, there are three Matthews standing here, let's not get confused and end up marrying the wrong Matthews, okay? So, Kaylee and Mathew, as mentioned, the two of you met almost a decade ago under unremarkable circumstances in which both of you were romantically entangled with much more boring people. Then, in 2010, both of you were in somewhat tumultuous relationships, and the two of you reconnected as friends through textings and casual conversation at rock and roll shows around Newcastle. Kaylee, I'm sure you knew there was something special when Mathew, after one too many drinks, got up onto a karaoke stage and dedicated his next song to you, notwithstanding the glowering looks of Mathew's girlfriend at the time in the audience. That song was the brilliant youth group song Forever Young, which Mathew is going to perform in its entirety before we continue with the ceremony. No, just kidding. That will happen on the cruise later after a number of drinks. Before that, the rest of the story. So here we have Kaylee and Mathew in rocky relationships, texting and Facebooking and hanging out just as friends for a handful of months. Clearly, there was something there between you two. And then, the fateful night on the playground swings. Fear not, friends and family of the Matthews. It was so good-natured and honest, there wasn't even any booze involved. This time, just two kids drinking Coke from glass bottles, swinging on playground swings, and talking about everything under the moon, till 2 or 3 in the morning. Following the breakfast the following morning, still friends, mind you, but knowing there was an obvious spark of excitement and interest. So less than 24 hours later, both relationships were broken off, and the magic that is Kaylee and Mathew had begun. To quote Kaylee directly here, quote, "From here the rest is romantic history. We kept talking every day, having picnic dates, spending more and more time together each week. A month later, after I'd been away on holiday, the night I came home, I went to Matt's house. He gave me a bunch of flowers and said that he had never missed anything like he missed me while I was gone. So he had confirmed to himself that he couldn't last another day not being my boyfriend. Cue the Facebook official." All caps, Facebook official.
That was my direct quote.
And direct quote. And Mathew, what did you think about this woman who snuck her way into your life slowly but surely after her introduction almost 10 years ago? What is it about her and her ways that infiltrated your way of being? You bravely shared with me the following, quote, "After just," this is why she doesn't know what you wrote, you don't know what she wrote. Quote, "After just a month together, Kaylee was the type of girl that gave me confidence in myself. Nothing was ever a struggle. We'd had this chemistry from quite early on that was undeniable and very, very natural." So Kaylee, what do you love about Mathew? What is it, other than his karaoke skills and his sports obsession and his tenacity, that kept you by his side? You told me the things you love about him in not a small number of ways. You love him for his best qualities and his worst flaws, because they all come together to make the one complete man that you love. He is thoughtful and attentive. You love how creative and talented he is with his music, his drawings, and his designs. He's such a great dad, and since you grew up with just a single mom, it's nothing short of inspiring for you. He's a good cook and a strict vegetarian for so many years, which in Australia is no small feat, I am aware. He's adventurous and spontaneous. You two do whatever you can to make each other happy, even if that means putting aside your individual issues. I'm so pleased that you shared this with me, Kaylee. This is the most important aspect of entering into the permanent partnership of marriage, putting someone else's needs before your own. And Mathew, any notes on your blushing bride here before we close this, the greatest themed party the two of you will ever host? How about the following words plucked straight from your heart? You told me, Kaylee is the most selfless person I have met in my life. She is confident, smart, positively driven, drop-dead gorgeous, and even though I don't like to admit it, she is funny. Sometimes. Kaylee is such an inspiration to be around, the sort of person who lights up a room purely with her presence. One of the first things to make me fall for Kaylee was the way she bonded with my son, Lyndon. Her mothering and nurturing skills came very naturally and definitely made my heart grow a few sizes. But physically, it's her eyes that truly captivate me. Now, guys, life together won't always be punny named themed parties and the world's best veggie burgers. It won't always be awesome sports adventures and pizza on the couch. There will be hardships and there will be heartaches. This, I know, you know. But, considering that Kaylee is Mathew's #1 fan, and Mathew, you are with Kaylee, I have no doubt that 50 years down the line, with the children grown, and Taco the cat at the great Mexmas party in the sky, with your various sports memories and awards framed on the walls of your dream house, all you'll need will be each other. And looking upon the two of you, here and now, I know that this here today in Central Park is just the next logical step of your lifelong celebration of love. Kaylee and Mathew are here today to make a lifelong commitment to each other, and by the end of the ceremony, they will say their vows and exchange rings, and they will do just that. But before we get there, I would like to ask something of all of you. You've all come here from halfway around the world to celebrate Kaylee and Mathew's marriage and to support them on this momentous occasion. But honestly, today is probably one of the easier days they will have as a couple. And so as they embark on this bountiful life together, they're going to need your support so much more in the days, weeks, months, and years ahead. Therefore, I'm going to ask all of you here to please take a solemn vow before they take it. Will you who are present here today surround Kaylee and Mathew in love, offering them the joys of your friendship? Will you support this couple in their marriage? In times of conflict and difficulty, will you offer them the strength of your wisest counsel and the comfort of your thoughtful concern? And in times of joy, will you celebrate with them, nourishing their love for one another? If so, please say, we will.
We will.
And now Lyndon will bring the rings. I should hand off the bouquet so we can do the ring. Thank you, Lyndon. Does both of you have each ring? Give me both of them at the same time. Thank you, Sam. So, Kaylee, you've got Mathew. Mathew, you have Kaylee's. Who's gonna go first? Kaylee, you're gonna go. Kaylee, you're gonna go first. Kaylee, and Mathew. You two will exchange rings, which are an unbroken and never-ending circle symbolizing your commitment as well as your love. While placing the ring on Mathew's hand, please repeat after me. This ring symbolizes the love that I have for you.
This ring symbolizes the love that I have for you.
As I place it on your finger, I give you all that I am and ever hope to be. Remember, it doesn't come off. So like once you get it on there, it stays. Mugging for the camera a little bit. I saw that. Nothing gets past me. Mathew, will you please take Kaylee's hand while placing a ring on her finger? Please repeat after me. This ring symbolizes the love that I have for you. Oh man!
I'm in a moment. Right?
Here we go. To Kaylee. This ring symbolizes the love that I have for you.
This ring symbolizes the love that I have for you.
As I place it on your finger,
As I place it on your finger,
I give you all that I am
I give you all that I am
and ever hope to be.
and ever hope to be.
And please remain holding hands. Please remain holding hands. Love freely given has no giver and no receiver. You are each the giver and each the receiver. Your giving and receiving of rings is indicative of an unbreakable vow. It's a symbol of the unbroken circle of your love, so that wherever you go, may you always return to your shared life together. May you always remember the promise you keep in your hearts to each other. Kaylee, do you take Mathew to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward in sickness and in health, for richer, for poorer, in New York City, Newcastle, or anywhere else your lives and loves may take you until the end of your days?
I do.
Matthew, do you take Kaylee to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward in sickness and in health, for richer, for poorer, in New York City, Newcastle, or anywhere else your lives and loves may take you until the end of your days?
I do.
By the powers vested in me by the city and state of New York, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Please give each other a kiss. Presenting all the way from Newcastle, Australia for the first time ever, Mr. and Mrs. Kaylee and Mathew March. Woo! Yeah! Kaylee and Mathew are registered at Bed Bath & Beyond if you want to send them a present. They need new silverware. Wink, wink.
Wow.
The end!
Yay!
You're welcome, honey. Congratulations. My pleasure. Towards marriage, guy. Yeah, you're married. That's awesome. Look at all these people here. So many people.
Been crying, everyone.
Fantastic.
It's so hot.
Yeah, hashtag is so nice.
Hashtag on the hashtag.
Yeah.
Took a Polaroid for you.
Aw.